Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel where I try to build and flip gaming PCs over on Java or Facebook Marketplace, whichever happens first. And today we are looking at this computer behind me, which is featuring a 7600X and a 7700 XT, which is honestly a perfect combo for a full AMD build for 1440p. And it came out absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But as always, in today's video, I'll go through all the parts we used. I'll build it along the way, show you how I did it. And at the end of the video, we'll hop into some benchmarks and play some games to see how well it performed. And we also do have an update because we made a sale on Java, which we'll get more into later in the video. But that's some super exciting news, and it's also one of the good ones. But yeah, before we get into anything, if you could help support me and the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button, leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future or many of the builds that you guys are currently running. I would love to hear them. I like replying to all your comments when I do get them. But yeah, that out of the way, we can go ahead and get into the video. Alrighty, up first we got an awesome looking motherboard from Asus, and then inside of it we're going to be shoving our 7600X. Very good CPU for these kind of lower end mid-range builds. 6 cores is plenty for basically any game you're going to do on it. As long as you're not doing any productivity, that's when the cores really come into play. But yeah, 6 cores, 12 threads, more than enough. These AM5 latches are ridiculous. Alright, up next, we got a 32GB kit of DDR5 from G-Skill. And as always, I'm going to be taking advantage of the bundles at Micro Center. So this is one of those bundles. I think it saved me like basically $100, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, if I can take advantage of that, I'm definitely going to. And for our SSD, going with the tried and true MP44L, 1TB. Less than $60, and it gets the job done. And it's Gen 4 speeds, but realistically, for what we're using it for, it'll be perfectly fine. Also like this motherboard for the simple fact that it has a heatsink. Any board with a heatsink, in my opinion, just looks so much cleaner. I really got to start cutting out these screw-in portions. Up next, actually, my next build rather, I'm going to be using another thermal ray cooler that'll actually be making use of those brackets for the AMD boards. I've been trying to find a cooler that uses them, so I finally came upon one, and it's also an Aqua Elite I have been using in some of my other builds, but it doesn't use the back plate bracket, rather it just uses those two AMD brackets we just took off. And something else that I'm going to be doing going forward, I used to put the whole AIO on and then try to get it in the case, but I am going to be doing it this way from now on, just much easier. Install the hardware and get the AIO pump on after the fact. But we are all set, and we can go ahead and get into the case. And for the case, we are going with the Zalman P30. This case is really sleek looking, honestly. All black. They do have a white version, but it comes with 3 ARGB fans. It's a fish tank style, so 2 glass panels on the sides, decent cable management space in the back, and yeah, honestly, like I said, for $90, very clean micro ATX case. And I'm actually going to be using it on my next build as well. Alright, now let's watch me kind of struggle a little bit getting the motherboard in here. I'm always a little scared I'm going to drop it while I'm putting it in, which would really suck. It would probably be fine, but, you know, don't want to chance it. Hit something wrong, knocks off a capacitor or something, and all of a sudden you're not posting. Also, if anyone can tell, and leave it down in the comments, I have made a mistake here. I end up fixing it later on in the build. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm staring at it right now. Yeah, let me know down in the comments if you're seeing it, and let you know at the end of the video if you were right. And it's basically just the fan controller for the AIO fans. Alrighty, and since we're about halfway through our build portion of the video, if you could do me a great favor and support me and the channel by hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. that would be awesome. We're almost at 600 subs, so let's see if we can get there. Alright, for the PSU, we're going with the 750 GL from MSI. Fully modular PSU. Also ATX 3.1 and PCIe 5.0 ready. So I'm going to probably be using this for my next few builds. Good 750 watt power supply. And okay, here's the cooler. As always, again, for 60 bucks. Less than 60 bucks, actually. The Aqua Elite is one of my favorite coolers. Gets the job done. Keeps CPU temps usually around 60, 65 in game. When I'm benchmarking it, the highest it was hitting was like 88, 89. Wasn't really throttling or anything. Granted, you don't really need a liquid cooler for a 7600X, but definitely helps. And the cooler our CPU, the more frames we're getting. But yeah, now we're going to put this thermal paste on, or at least I'm going to try. As you can see, it's not coming out like at all. This is the tube that came with the cooler.
One eternity later.
Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there. I ended up taking that thermal paste off and just putting some of the other stuff I have laying around on there. And yeah, it just was not sticking to the CPU. I don't know what was going on. But all right, got that all tightened up and we're good to go. Almost done. Look at that cool shirt transition. Yeah, it's coming together real well. Just gonna turn this around real quick and take a look at the cable management, because not to toot my own horn, but definitely getting better at it. Is it perfect? Nope, absolutely not. Could it be way better? Yeah, there's a few cables that you obviously can see kind of dangling across, but I got pretty good at it, and I'm getting better. But you know my motto, get the panel on and just
Forget about it.
there we go. So we are done with the back, and we just got to get our GPU in. Let's flip this bad boy around. And for the GPU, we are going with the 7700 XT. This is such a clean looking GPU, honestly. XFX makes some solid ass cards. And this is going to be pairing very well with the 7600X. Like I said, it's going to be able to handle 1080p and 1440p. And the 12 gigabytes on this card is perfect for 1440. I don't care what people say about the 12 gigabytes. It's not obsolete. As you'll see later on in the benchmarks and stuff, it performed perfectly fine. But yeah, very clean card. Honestly, this whole PC came out great. I'm really hoping it'll sell pretty quickly over on Java or over on Marketplace. Preferably Java, to be honest. But yeah, we're just getting our two 8-pins in. And I did use custom cables for the GPUs. Just because, I don't know, I didn't really like the split 2 8-pins that were coming out. And yeah, powering up for the first time and just making sure we post. And we are good to go. I don't normally really show what I do in the BIOS. Granted, I don't do much. I'm not too savvy with all the stuff in the BIOS. But I do enable the Expo profiles to get our RAM up to speed. And then also on the 7000 series, 8000, and 9000 series chips, you can actually go into your BIOS and turn on PBO, which is Precision Boost Overdrive. It's basically like you're overclocking your CPU without actually overclocking, and it's basically just telling your motherboard to give it a little more juice. But it can help a little bit in game and stuff like that. Right, yeah, overall, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, but I think this build came out really, really good. I went with like a white, it looks blue, but it's a white color scheme after I got it all set up and got into Windows and everything. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and we can go ahead and move into the benchmarks and the games. Hey guys, I know we're in the middle of the video right now, but I just wanted to give a quick update because yesterday, while I was on my way home from doing some errands and stuff like that, we got an email from Java, and we have officially sold one of our listings. It is the 4070 Ti and 7700X build which I had listed for $1599.99, and after fees and stuff from Java, we're getting a nice $1,400 back, which is freaking awesome. I built this for a little over 700, so getting a good $700 profit, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. I'll have to check, and I'll put the ROI percentage back down here, but it's looking pretty great. I'm super excited about it. Right now I am just making sure Windows is up to date, drivers are up to date, everything's kind of good to go for the customer when it gets to them. And I'm also making sure that it's going to be packed extremely safe. I do work in shipping, so I just know that UPS, FedEx, USPS, any shipping services you're going to use, they're just boxes to them. They don't know what's inside. They don't care what's inside. Even with all the fragile stickers and things like that, these things are getting lobbed around like fucking basketballs. And it sucks. But just kind of main reason why I'm actually using or paying for the Java insurance, and just going to overall make sure that this thing is packed up as perfect as possible. But yeah, I am going to finish that up real quick. And then once I do that, I actually do have to take this to work, because like I said, I'm going to go into my shipping job and just kind of shove a whole bunch of like packing material in here, packing paper, bubble wrap, stuff like that. Again, I just wanted this to be as secure as possible, or at least the best I can do. And as for the boxes, we are going to be putting it in the original PC box, like the case that it came in, and that has like the foam insert, stuff like that. And then I'll also be shoving packing material and stuff like that into the box to just, again, keep it as safe as possible. And then on top of that, I also went and picked up this heavy-duty box from U-Haul this morning, which, again, theoretically, using all this stuff, it should keep the box kind of secure, PC nice and safe in there. I could be wrong, but that's the hope. But yeah, we can go ahead and get back to the video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I really haven't been focusing too much on the flip, and after taking my hiatus, I kind of wasn't even keeping track of the stuff I was selling outside of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But here I am. So that's the build process. This is the flipping update, and we can go ahead and get back to the video. So up first for our benchmarks, we're going with Cinebench, and this runs for a full 10 minutes. Temps were usually around 88, 89. They did peak out, I think, at 92. And we got a pretty decent score of 14,775, which, yeah, is honestly pretty great for 7600X. Up next, we got Superposition, and I was doing this at 1440p Extreme. We ended up getting a score of 4,823, which is pretty great for the 7700 XT. It does say 7800 XT down there, and I'm not sure exactly why. And finally, we were running Time Spy at 1440, and we got a score of 15,000. Probably could have been higher, to be completely honest, but still pretty good. And temps were usually around 60. But that'll do it for benchmarks, and we get into our games. Okay, up first for our games, we're going with Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I have this in ultra settings with FSR3 set to balanced. Everything looked amazing, played really smooth, and we were getting over 200 frames per second, which is honestly amazing. Next up, we got Fortnite, and I had this on epic settings with FSR3 set to balanced. Everything looked amazing, obviously, but we were only getting about 80 FPS, which, honestly, in Fortnite, you kind of want this to be maxed out if you're trying to be competitive. But overall, looked great. And I had to include this entire firefight because this is pretty nuts. Should not have had that. But if we switch over to performance mode, we're definitely getting way more FPS. Still same settings. Still looks graphically amazing, but yeah, hitting over 300 FPS, which is nuts. And finally for the video, just to test a AAA title, we're going with The Last of Us Part 2. Very high settings, and FSR3 is set to quality. Definitely no complaints here. We're getting over 100 frames per second, and in certain areas even up to like 120. Looked amazing and played super smooth. But that'll do it for the games in this video. But I will have linked down in the description a separate video with a bunch of games, I think 13, if you want to go ahead and check that out.
Oh, hi.
Alrighty guys, that'll do it for today's video, which I think came out fantastic. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But the build came out amazing. It looks beautiful. It performed well in the games and the benchmarks and things, so I really hope it'll sell pretty quick over on Java or Facebook Marketplace. Preferably Java, it's just easier. But before we go, I wanted to kind of talk about the plans for the rest of the season and something that came up in my head. And it's honestly, I'm calling it the Season 2 roadmap. We're going Marvel style with this. Just check that out real quick. So yeah, up here we do have this little roadmap type of thing that I've created, which again, like I said, Marvel is just, you know, how they do like their roadmap for their movies and stuff. But no, so I do have this set up, and we are 3 builds in. The plan is to each season to have 10 builds. 5 of them will be more higher end or mid-range or just over 1,000. And then on the back end of the season, I will focus more on budget or lower end builds. So basically under 1,000, probably starting at like the 600 mark, because anything lower than that, you're basically going to be using used parts, which I really don't like doing because I am going to be selling these and I would like them to be new parts that I know work. But yeah, so we are already 3 into the season, and if you look here, we have the first build, which was the 4060 and the 7600X, and second up we have the 4070 Ti and the 7700X, which, yes, I know those are backwards, but it's whatever, that's how they're appearing on the list. And then thirdly, we can just throw up the build that we did today, and that means we have 2 left of the higher end mid-range builds, which I'm really looking forward to doing, and they're going to be focused more on the current gen parts, so 9000 series chips, 50 series NVIDIA cards, so they're going to be performing really well. I'm really looking forward to them, to be honest. But yeah, again, that'll do it for today's video, guys, and thanks for anybody that stuck around and watched till the end. Let me know what you guys thought. Leave me some comments. I love replying to you guys, and until the next video, I will see you then. Peace out.